7 natural drinks to relieve constipation fast. Once you pass 60, your colon often stops emptying the way it used to. Most people just assume that's a normal part of aging you have to live with. But that isn't actually what's happening inside your body. Two very specific things change as you get older, starting with your colon failing to produce enough mucin, which is the slippery lubricant that moves waste through your system. At the same time, your intestinal muscles lose their natural strength and begin to contract less often than they did in your younger years. The good news is that both of these issues are completely reversible without needing prescription stool softeners or fiber powders that just leave you feeling bloated. You really just need specific drinks that help restore what your body stopped making on its own. Today, we are going to look at 7 morning drinks, ranked from the least effective to the most powerful options. Each of these choices targets the real root of the problem, instead of just adding more bulk to your diet. You'll want to stay tuned until the very end, because the final drink on our list is the one that actually creates the full flush effect so many seniors are looking for. Drink number 7. We are starting our list with the gentlest option because most people who are new to this approach need an entry point that feels safe and simple. Warm lemon water is that perfect starting drink. And here is exactly how it works to help your digestion. When you drink this first thing on an empty stomach, the citric acid from a fresh lemon signals your stomach to produce more of that protective mucus lining. This is the exact lubricant you tend to lose after 60, and the warm water helps wake up your digestive system while getting bile moving to grease the wheels of your colon naturally. There is nothing complicated about this method, since you aren't adding anything strange or expensive to your daily routine. Simply squeeze half of a fresh lemon into 8 ounces of warm water, but make sure it isn't boiling hot, because high heat can damage the helpful compounds you need. Drink this immediately after waking up before you eat any food. Then wait about 15 to 20 minutes before starting your breakfast. This short window gives your system the time it needs to respond and get things moving. This simple habit helps seniors with mild constipation the most, especially those who are just starting to rebuild their colon health. While it definitely works, it is the mildest choice on our list. And our next drink takes this idea even further by adding a forgotten herb that can amplify everything the lemon does. Drink number 6. Modern medicine mostly ignores the humble dandelion root, but traditional healers have used it for centuries to help with colon problems. This herb contains 2 specific things that you won't find in your morning lemon water, which are a prebiotic fiber called inulin that feeds your good bacteria and special bitter compounds. These bitter compounds are the real secret because they signal your liver and gallbladder to release more bile. Think of bile as your body's natural laxative that lubricates your colon and helps everything slide through much easier. Those same bitter compounds also tell your intestinal muscles to start contracting, which is exactly how you restore the natural movement your gut needs to stay clear. Preparing this tea is a simple process that anyone can do at home. You want to make sure you get dried dandelion root specifically, rather than the leaf, and you can find this easily at most health food stores or online. Take 1 teaspoon of the dried root and let it steep in 8 ounces of hot water for about 5 to 7 minutes. Once it finishes steeping, strain the liquid and drink it first thing in the morning, while your stomach is still empty. 1 cup per day is the standard amount people use, and you can even combine this with lemon water if you want a stronger effect. Many seniors choose to drink both back-to-back to get their digestion moving early. Just keep one safety note in mind, because if you are currently taking blood thinners, you should check with your doctor first, since dandelion can sometimes interact with certain medications. The next drink we're discussing is where things really start to shift for your gut health. It works while you sleep and acts as a natural replacement for the mucin your body recognizes. Drink number 5. Okra is a plant that most people never think about when it comes to gut health, but it is actually a perfect tool for what your body needs after age 60. This vegetable is what experts call a mucilage plant, meaning that when you soak it in water, it releases thick and slippery compounds that coat the inside of your intestines. Your body used to produce plenty of its own mucin to handle this job, but as we get older, we often stop making enough of it. Drinking okra water is basically a way of replacing that missing lubricant that your system has lost over the years. The science behind this is very straightforward and easy to understand. Okra contains unique fibers called polysaccharides that behave almost exactly like the natural mucin your colon stopped producing after you turned 60. Because your body recognizes these compounds, it responds to them the same way it would respond to its own natural fluids. This is the main reason why okra water often works much faster than dandelion root alone. You aren't waiting around for your body to manufacture something brand new, but instead, you are giving it a compound it already knows how to use. To prepare this at home, take 3 or 4 fresh okra pods and slice them into small rounds. Place those pieces into a glass of water and let them sit out at room temperature overnight. You don't want to put this in the refrigerator, because leaving it at room temperature actually helps release more of those slippery compounds than hot water or cold air would. When you wake up in the morning, drink the water first thing on an empty stomach. You don't actually have to eat the okra pieces themselves to get the benefits, because the water is where all the active healing compounds live. The first thing you will probably notice is the texture of the drink. The water becomes thick and slightly slippery, which might feel a bit strange if you've never tried this before, but that is just the mucin replacement doing its job. This slippery texture is what healthy colon lubrication actually feels like. Most seniors report having much softer stools within 3 to 5 days of using this consistently, and some people even feel it working within the very first 24 hours. You might feel a natural urge to go just a few hours after drinking it, which is a sign that your colon is finally responding to the new lubrication. The next drink we'll look at combines the power of okra with 2 healing herbs that have been used for centuries. This combination addresses both the lack of mucin and the chronic inflammation that develops from years of your colon not emptying completely. Before we move on, we want to ask you something. Out of these first 3 drinks, have you ever actually tried any of them? Lemon water, dandelion tea, okra water? A lot of people are surprised to realize they already have one of these sitting in their kitchen right now. Drop a comment below and let us know which one you've tried or which one surprised you the most. We read every single response. Drink number 4. What if I told you that 2 simple herbs could work much better together than they ever could alone? This combination uses aloe vera and slippery elm to create a powerful remedy for your digestive tract. The inner gel of the aloe plant contains special natural sugars called polysaccharides, and these actually coat your intestinal lining while signaling your body to produce more of its own protective mucus. Slippery elm gets its name for a very good reason, because it becomes incredibly slick and smooth the moment you mix it with water. Since this herb is pure mucilage, combining it with aloe allows you to target both a lack of natural lubrication and the deep inflammation in your colon wall. Many people suffer from these issues after years of straining or incomplete bathroom trips, but this drink helps restore what has been lost. The way you prepare this mixture really matters if you want to see the best results. You need to find food-grade aloe vera inner gel rather than aloe latex, which is that bitter yellow substance found just under the skin of the leaf. That yellow part can cause painful cramping and should never be eaten. So you want to stick strictly to the clear gel from the center. You can find high-quality aloe at most health food stores, or you can even grow a plant on your windowsill and scoop the gel out yourself. To make the tea, simply mix 1 or 2 tablespoons of that clear gel with a single teaspoon of slippery elm powder into 8 ounces of warm water. Stir the mixture thoroughly until everything is blended together into a drink that looks slightly thick and has a mild, earthy flavor. Many seniors find this much easier to swallow than other herbal remedies because the texture is so soothing on the throat and stomach. You should try to drink this about 20 minutes before you sit down for breakfast, or perhaps between your larger meals when your stomach is empty. Giving your system this window of time allows the ingredients to be fully absorbed before they have to compete with solid food. This duo is so effective because the aloe kicks your mucus production into high gear, while the slippery elm provides the immediate lubrication you need for comfort. If you decide to use a fresh plant from home, please remember to be extra careful and discard that yellow latex layer entirely. Using only the crystal clear center ensures you get the healing benefits without any of the digestive upset that comes from the outer skin. We are moving into some of the more potent drinks now as we continue our list. This next option adds a dose of healthy probiotics along with a specific spice that helps restore the natural muscle contractions your colon might have lost over the years. Drink number 3. Now we are moving on to a drink that tackles your digestive health using 2 completely different methods at the exact same time. Water kefir is a traditional fermented drink made using kefir grains and sugar water, but it contains no dairy at all. If you find that milk or cheese makes you feel bloated or uncomfortable, this is the perfect alternative for you to try. The secret behind why fermentation works so well is actually quite simple, because the process creates a massive amount of beneficial live bacteria. When you let those kefir grains sit in sugar water for 24 hours, you are essentially growing a fresh batch of probiotics right on your kitchen counter. These are active, living organisms rather than a dried-up powder in a capsule that you hope might survive the trip through your stomach acid. By the time we pass 60, our colon microbiome has usually taken some hits from processed foods or rounds of antibiotics we took years ago. You need these live bacteria to move in and rebuild that internal environment, and water kefir is one of the best ways to deliver them. However, just adding bacteria isn't always enough to fix the slow movement that many seniors deal with every day. That is exactly why we add fresh ginger to the mix, as this root contains natural compounds that encourage your intestinal muscles to start moving again. Your colon muscles can grow tired or weak over several decades, but the heat from the ginger helps wake them up and stimulates waste to move along. This creates a single drink that handles the bacteria balance, while the ginger takes care of the physical movement of your gut. To get started, you can buy kefir grains online or at a local health shop, and they usually look like tiny clear crystals or small bits of grain. You just ferment 1 tablespoon of those grains in 8 ounces of sugar water for a full day at room temperature before straining the liquid into a glass. Once you have your fermented liquid, take about 1 cup of it and stir in the juice from a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root. You can use a juicer or just grate the ginger and squeeze the juice out by hand to get that perfect level of stimulation without making it too spicy. The finished drink has a nice tang from the fermentation and a little bit of a kick from the ginger, making it much more refreshing than a plain glass of water. Try to drink this first thing in the morning and wait about 30 minutes before eating your breakfast so the probiotics can settle in. Most people who use this consistently report a real difference in their bathroom habits within just 2 or 3 days. This drink is a favorite because it doesn't just lubricate the system, but actually works at a cellular level to restore muscle function and gut health. Our next drink takes a very different approach by using a seed that most people used to throw away. Drink number 2. Flaxseed contains 2 powerful compounds that work together beautifully to help your digestion. It has soluble fiber that softens stool naturally, and it also has mucilage compounds that mimic the natural mucin your colon might have stopped producing. Over the last few decades, flaxseed was replaced by supplements and fiber pills. But the whole seed contains compounds those pills never quite captured. When you soak flaxseed overnight, you release lignans and polysaccharides that hot water simply can't extract on its own. Room temperature soaking over 8 hours pulls these compounds out gradually, and adding lemon juice speeds up mucin production in your stomach while improving how your body absorbs everything in the drink. To prepare this, you will need 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. And if you can only find whole seeds, you can easily grind them yourself at home. Put the ground seed in 8 ounces of water and let it sit overnight at room temperature so the mixture becomes gelatinous, thick, and slippery by morning. You should drink the entire thing, including the seeds that settled at the bottom, because that thick texture is the mucilage that coats your intestines. Add some fresh lemon juice to improve the taste and enhance mucin production. And make sure to drink this first thing on an empty stomach. If you wait 20 to 30 minutes before eating, you'll likely notice your stools become fuller and easier to pass within 5 to 7 days. This drink ranks second because it combines mucin restoration with a gentle fiber that doesn't cause bloating or gas, but the final drink is even stronger because it targets a specific mineral deficiency. Drink number 1. This is the strongest drink on our list because it targets the root cause that most doctors seem to miss. After you turn 60, your body absorbs magnesium less efficiently, and since your muscles need magnesium to contract, your colon muscles are no exception to this rule. Low magnesium levels lead to weak contractions and incomplete emptying, which results in backed-up feces that can make you feel miserable. This drink restores those magnesium levels directly to help your body get back on track. You should choose a mineral water brand with at least 80 milligrams of magnesium per liter. And since most brands don't list magnesium content, you'll want to look specifically for one that does. Chia seeds amplify the effect because they are high in magnesium, high in fiber, and high in mucilage, giving you a triple action in just one drink. To make this, soak 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in 8 ounces of your magnesium-rich mineral water for 15 to 20 minutes. This soaking time releases the mucilage and makes the seeds much easier for seniors to digest. The seeds expand and create the bulk needed to move through your system, so drink this first thing on an empty stomach for the best results. Most seniors feel it working within 24 hours, and many report a flush effect, where a significant bowel movement clears out old material stuck in the colon. This works because the magnesium restores muscle function, while the chia provides mucin and fiber, giving your colon muscles the exact mineral they need to start working again. Just one safety note to keep in mind is that if you have kidney disease, you should check with your doctor before drinking magnesium-rich mineral water every day. People with chronic kidney disease need to monitor their magnesium and potassium intake very carefully to stay safe. You should start slowly by introducing just one drink at a time, and then give your body about 3 to 5 days to adjust before you try moving forward. Consistency is what matters most here, because these drinks only work if you take them every single morning without fail. If you start skipping days, it really defeats the entire purpose of what you are trying to achieve for your health. Make sure to use quality ingredients like fresh lemons and organic okra, and you should look for food-grade aloe or actual kefir grains whenever possible. Most of these items cost far less than monthly probiotics or stool softeners, but you have to remember that complete restoration usually takes 2 to 4 weeks of consistent daily use. If you happen to be on blood thinners or diabetes medications, please check with your doctor first, since natural herbs can sometimes interact with your prescriptions. You also need to drink plenty of regular water throughout the day alongside these morning drinks, because staying hydrated is what truly amplifies the entire effect. Incomplete emptying after you turn 60 isn't something that is inevitable, and it is actually quite fixable if you use the right approach. You can start with drink number 1 or even jump to drink number 7, depending on your own urgency. Just commit to 1 week of this routine and then come back to tell us what happens in the comments. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video.